Good evening, Internet. Good evening, colleagues. Good evening, learning content creators. Good evening, YouTubers. I'm Ashedu Jude, and I'm having this session with you on video quizzes. I hope you're enjoying your day. I know we are still just resuming, but schools are still locked down. And what are we going to do? We're going to look for the best ways as educators to actually make learning possible and make learning interesting and also be able to assess our learning. That is important. If you can't assess the learning of your student, it's almost useless and you cannot verify your results. So that is why it's important. And we have teachers already creating several videos, beautiful instances instances where they actually screen records their videos and share with their students on the learning platform, maybe their learning management system. Many people use it. Most of them use it. Moodle, Google Classroom, Schoology, and all that. So, how do you know your student watched a video? That is an important question you should be asking. It's good to create videos. I love the idea. It's like we've been preaching this gospel since 2017, and now it's now kicking off. And I like it. I'm wondering why we had to wait for COVID-19 lockdown before we start creating video lessons. Now, the next stage is assessing the videos your students have watched. Now, you are not assessing what the tasks they are supposed to perform in the video, which is part of the video. Now, the task is like when you design an instructional video, there are two parts of it. There are tasks that the students should do after watching the video, and there are formative assessments you could quickly confirm immediately using video quizzes when the children are watching the video or after they watch the video. So those are two aspects of the video instructional design. Now, most people fine, you create videos and all that. So video is like creating a reading culture for your students. Like, how do you know your students read a book? That is the essence of video quizzes. How do you know your students read a book? You know by telling them to write a short comprehension of that book and all that. So now, how do you know your children watched a video? So that is important too. Who's online? Mr. Victor Gumbeku, thank you for joining. Teachers Meet, thank you for joining. OBK Doris, thank you for joining the session. I'll check on our YouTubers and see who's online on our YouTube channel. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, it's still on. It's still on. We are on YouTube too. So the important thing is creating a video lesson that is accessible, that you can access, that you can get full detail report. Let me show you. I'll switch on to my screen sharing mode, and you see what I'm talking about. Now, there are two ways you can do that. You can use the app called Camtasia. I know I've done a training before on Camtasia. Face-to-face training anyway. So you can use an app called Camtasia to create video lessons, and you can still also do it online with a website called Vixia. So the truth is that each mode has its advantages and disadvantages. When you are using Camtasia, it's enable you to do some detailed tweaking with your video lesson or video quiz. And when you are doing it online with Vixia, you still have the same results, but different processes. But Camtasia is expensive and maybe a premium product. It's an offline package, while the other one is free and an online package. So they all have their advantages, and Camtasia gives you up to 2 gig free space to upload your video. So you have a big advantage with that too, and it gives you some detailed analysis that it's not possible with the online version, Vixia. So I'll show you both ways and see, and you decide which works for you. So let's see on our comment section. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, hello. Okay, Benny, Ayamu, thank you for joining. Doris, thank you for joining. Hello, hello. Mr. Sunday, thank you for joining the class. So quickly, I'll share my screen so that I'll show you analysis, and I'll also make available the the other options so that you are well acquainted. So let me share my screen. Okay, this I'll share audio in case. Okay. Okay, so this is a video lesson of that has been used. I used it in the past, a video quiz that I used in the past before now, and it shows a lot of analysis and a lot of details about how the video was consumed, which is very, very important. Which is very important in your video classes or creating your video lessons. So you can't create a video and you don't know how to assess it. Okay, so this is the Camtasia version. That's the offline version. The analysis generated from watching the video. So you have the summary, you have the viewers who have watched it, their emails, you have the questions on the video, you have the summary. The summary shows a lot of details. Quizzes taken 60, average content viewed 56, average correct 37, top scores 5 over 5, lowest scores 0 over 5. So it shows how the video was consumed, and it's very important that you know all these details so that in case you're creating another video, you are easily aware that the corrections you are going to make. Now then you have the detailed summary. Like I told you, you have the viewer of everybody that viewed the video, you have the questions, and if you are going to it allows you download detailed aspects of the video under the summary. You have the detailed CSV and the summary CSV. So I'll show you. They are just ways in which Excel collates the video for you to analyze. So I get all details of those display name, first name of the person, last name, email, percentage, number of correct options, number scored questions, number on scored question, time completes, the time it takes to complete watching the video, and the time it takes for the person, or maybe the person just drops watching the video. So it's, and the name of the video, and the start time the person watched it, and the finish time, and every other detail. So these details are important in video lessons. We might not take it serious, or might not take it as important during learning, but since we are already online, definitely we need to start taking an analytics. So you don't just teach, because you can't prove your results online. You can't prove your virtual results online without these analytics, or these learning analytics, which is far the advantage we are having in online classes. Like I always say, virtual classes produces great assessment analytics for learners more than normal classroom. But virtual classes are not as interactive as normal classroom, which is the strength of normal classroom. So normal classroom has poor analytics but great interaction, and virtual classroom has great analytics but poor interaction. So we're not comparing here, we're just trying to make use of our videos and make it much more interactive. So I'll share my Camtasia screen. So this is a video I created and I have converted it to MP4. So if you are using Camtasia, or if you have a Camtasia software, this is what you can do. So you would have, your video, you created it, so you would have known where to add questions or substituting with. So I'll just quickly do it and share with you later. So this is how it works for Camtasia. You would have installed it and register it. Then you use the interactivity mode or interactivity function to add question to the timeline. Now, once you click on timeline, it brings out a quiz. It brings out a quiz function. So you have types of quiz. You have multiple choice, fill in the blanks, short answer, true or false. True or false. So automatically you are covered when you are trying to access your video lesson. You are covered. You are not going to be having a deficient video options or lesson quiz options. So these options are multiple choice. So if I pick multiple choice, I'm going to type the question on it. So I'll put the questions at the end of the quiz. Now it's going to look like this. Okay, what is Sam R? So that, okay, let me use short answer. What is Sam R? So that's, I'll use a short answer. Now, if you look at the timeline, I will stretch it. I can stretch the timeline, or I can put this quiz to any part of the timeline to the last. Since it's at the last, I'll put it at the last. So that's for the first question or quiz. So it's going to look at the end of this webinar. Thank you. Good. It's going to look, sorry, okay. It's going to look like this at the end of the quiz. Now I can now add a different question on my quiz and maybe true or false, and say maybe Sam R is for classrooms. I'm just making it easy anyway. So the answer is true, right? I click on true. Then I can also display feedback, and I can move the quiz function to a different place. If correct, I can allow the quiz automate what happens if correct. So I can say, okay, if it's correct, say well done. If not, I'll say try again. That's it. So let me just use two questions. So you can make adjustment to your questions by clicking the quiz button there. By clicking the quiz buttons there. So this is how it works. Next, I can decide to add a third quiz, maybe at the beginning, or a fourth quiz, maybe at the beginning of the timeline, and go to fill in the blanks. Now, if you are creating a video quiz, you might have, if you are dealing with young children, maybe nursery, primary school students, they will not have emails per se. So you might not activate the function that allows everybody input their emails, but you might just use this fill in the blank, type in your name, kind of this thing. Okay. Yes. Okay, I'd rather use the short answer there. I'd rather use the short answer since it's more related to typing, allowing your student type their name. So type in your names. And that's the fourth quiz. Okay, if you want to delete a quiz, you right click on it on the timeline and delete. So the fifth quiz is type in your names. That is the beginning of the quiz. So that's it. So I'll share this link on the during the webinar so that you get to use it and other aspects of the quiz I've actually created before now. Okay, so we can go to share and go to screencasts.com. Now it's going to try to, you might have to be online at this point in time. You have to be online so that then it's okay. It gives the video title Summer Video Quiz. That's what I'll name it, Summer Video Quiz. So I go to options. I'll see the sizes, video size, video settings, audio settings. You don't need to make it uh click on it or make it I can also allow comments, so you don't need to change any of these features. So I can preview and go to next. If I have to preview it, it's going to look like this. If I'm going to use, okay, it might take time to rent, so for time's sake I might just cancel that. So I'll just go to next so that it uploads it immediately. So now it's going to tell you the results. Where do you want it to be sent? So I can send the result to my email. I can type my email so that once it's been answered, it takes 24 hours to get responses. So I might get my response via email and download it or click on it. Now, allow viewers to take quiz anonymously or require viewers to input their names and email. Like I told you before, this function is for people. If you are working with teachers or adults or college students, you can use the second option, require viewers to input their email. That is important. Now, the other one is allow viewers to take quiz. So if you're working with preschoolers or students that don't have email, you can use the first function. But remember, we have added fill in the blank or short answer quiz at the initial part of the video so that anybody that is taking it will just type in their name. So you can check the quiz appearance. So you see, you can change the title of it. Take quiz now, last session play and answer and all that. So you could make adjustments to it, but I'm not going to make any adjustment. That is when you are trying to create a customized, very customized quiz, which I will not be doing here for time's sake. So I'll click finish. Now it's going to rent the project. It's going to rent the project. While it's rendering it, I'll be those of you online, I'll be thanking you. Favor Ebere, thank you for joining. Comfort Afolanya, thank you for joining. Which app? Okay, the app is Camtasia. Camtasia is TechSmith Camtasia. It's a video editor. It's actually for creating instructions. So it enables you record your screen, gives you full functionality in creating instructions, video instructions for your students. So it's not the free app, but you have a limited trial of maybe 14 or 15 days if you can use it online. Quickly, okay, let me use my full screen. Okay, yes. So while it's loading, I'll be looking out for those who are online. Comfort, what's the name of the app? Camtasia. Okay. Delight some, thank you for joining. uh can we get the presentation via WhatsApp? I Okay, this is it's going to still be online. It's still going to be online. Yes, it's still going to be online on the Facebook group. So you might not require the presentation as in a video by itself. So you can still rewatch it online. So it's 73%. Mind you, is because the video is a bit big, about 120 megabytes. So what will work for you is you might need to compress the video before you start using it on Camtasia, so that the size is no problem when you are trying to upload it to the website. But I'll share the link. I'll share the link of the video. Okay, it's almost done, almost done, almost done. 95%. I'll share the link of the video so that the video quiz, so that you can get a feel of what it looks like. Okay, done, done, done. Okay, it's uploading it. That is rendering. It will have to upload it to the site so that it can share the link. Okay. So while it's doing that, I'll be sharing. I'll be sharing. So while it's doing that, I'll be sharing the next video lesson that has to do with Vizia. It's a website that you can upload your YouTube videos. You can upload your YouTube videos, you share the link on the website, and automatically it's going to allow you create your video lesson. Okay. So this is Vizia. Okay, this is the website Vizia. This is the website Vizia. Is vizia.co. I can share it on the description, link description, vizia.co, so that you get to see it. Uh, okay, so that's vizia.co. Okay, so it has actually created the video lesson using Camtasia. Great. So I can share it with this button. Once I click on it, I can copy it. I'll share the video lesson so that you can check it out after the stream. You can check it out. Paste. Okay. So once you take it, you see what it looks like. Okay. Okay. So I'm done with Camtasia. I'll just paste it here so that I can share it with our audience later on. Now, this is Vizia. This website, once you go, is a free website. It's actually owned by Teachable, and they made this available because of those who are creating courses on their platform, but they made it available to the public. So once you go there, you can sign up first. So it's called vizia.co. Vizia.co. So once you come to it, you create a new video. You click on new video. Now it brings out this add a video. Now it only supports, the disadvantage with this is only supports YouTube videos. So you need to go to your YouTube channel, look for the video you want, and click to share, copy the link of that video, and come back to Vizia and paste it. So if this is the link of my YouTube video, copy, I come here and paste it. I come here and paste it. So once I'm finished pasting it, I click on continue. So automatically it gives me access to add the quiz here. So this is my video. I changed the name, Sam R updates. I changed the name and click update. That will update the name. Now, if I come down, I see quiz. I see quiz, poll, what else? Response, call to action. So if, for example, I want to click response, I I want quiz to start from that point. I click on that timeline and click response and type a question. Type in your names. Okay, I'll use the same method I used in Camtasia and click save. So that is a quiz created on that timeline. You go through the video and check out the difference. I can now add a quiz at the end of the video. Uh, Take, for example, I want to ask what is SAMR used for? I did a video lesson on SAMR. That's why I'm using it as an example for this webinar. What is SAMR used for? Okay, choice number one. The answer, I'll pick the answer as choice number one, and that will be classroom. Say banks, say church, and say market. Okay, market. Then now under that I'll click save. On above that I'll click save. That is at the end of the quiz. Now, if you look at the right hand side of this, let me zoom it so that you see it clearly. Okay, you see the edit name, you see the share button here, the share button there. So if I click on this, it copies the link, which I can come to my comment section and share. So you check it out. Okay, where is that? Which I'll come to my comment section and share. Then you have embed. So if you have a website and you have like an e-learning website and you want to put the code of that video on your website so that it becomes like part of your website, you can use this code here, copy it and go to your website at the back end. That will be your developer to create a functional video quiz on your e-learning website. Okay. This also, now if I want to check the responses, I'll go to, remember you are already signed into the website. You click on Google Sheets or download CSV. So once you have finished downloading it, it looks like this. You have it comes out in Excel, the timestamp, meaning when was the video watched, the name of the person who watched it, the class, the email, the question, and what have you there that you have used as your video quiz. Then you have gate video. If I use gate video, it's going to do what? It's going to make it possible for people to sign in to watch or to take the video quiz. So it depends on what works for you during your virtual class. If you are going to be using students from different parts of the world, you can get your quiz so that they put in their email, and you can also use it for a marketing survey. So you create an avatar and you add a quiz to it or a poll to it, and automatically whoever watches the video take the poll and you get their email. Maybe you want to give a freebie, or maybe you want to give out some goodies to customers or prospects that are interested in your product. So so that's it. Once you are done, you can now go back and share the link to your website. So if you are using it as a marketing tool, it works for you perfectly. Now, like I told you, it's going to generate a report like this over time. It's going to generate a report like this over time if you are using Camtasia. While that report is not visibly available when you are using Vixia. So that's the difference between Vixia and Camtasia. Camtasia actually gives you charts and graphs that shows details about your video, but Vixia doesn't give you. So even if you are using Excel, you might need to use what they call it, insert a chart and turn your information that has been generated to a chart so that you can have details. Camtasia already does it for you and gives you even much more interesting detail because of the premium version of that app. If you're online, okay, so that's it for creating video lessons with Camtasia and with Vixia. So these are the two apps that are very creative and that are very useful for anybody, teacher, marketer, publicist, or anybody advertising, or anybody creating a video lesson. So these two apps, Camtasia and Vixia, they are two most prominent apps for creating video quizzes or video overlay quizzes over your video lessons. So it's important that you don't just let your students watch the video, you also allow them take a quiz after watching the video. So that is like telling them read a particular book and you want to understand, know what they have understood by reading that book, by giving them a quiz or asking them to write a short summary of the book. So that is the essence of also having a video quiz. At the end of the quiz, there's also going to be a hands-on activity if you are creating a video lesson. So these are detailed or uh, professional way of using video lessons in virtual classes. One of the app there is Camtasia, which is not free, but you have a 15-day trial, and the other is Vixia, which is free, but it doesn't give you detailed analysis. So even if it gives you an Excel worksheet, you might need to use the Excel charts, that is pie charts, chart function to actually see visuals of your analysis. So that is the end of this video. I thank you for joining us, for joining the uh, online class. I hope you have gotten the link to the video, and if you have not got it, I'll share it at the top of this video. I'll share it in the timeline so that you can get the link to see how the video, what the video quiz looks like, look like at the end of the day. So thank you so much for joining this webinar. I remain your host, Shadu Jude. Have a blessed day.